Hello, welcome to Orphan Espresso. I'm Doug,
And I'm Barb.
and this is the makings of Pharos number 1000. It seems like a number that we would never have reached, but it's kind of amazing when I struck the plate and it said 1000.
That's fun.
It's fun, yeah. But here it is, and you get to watch me build it. So, plates are laid out. Parts are pre-prepared. Barb's made some. I've made some. We were just talking today about the long strange trip that this Pharos project has entailed, and it was April 1st, 3 years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we finished it on March 31st, and you started writing on the thread about it and putting the pictures up, and when it finished, when you pushed the button to post it, it was April 1st.
We actually started this the previous October, and we had forgotten. I'm a little nervous. This is number 1000.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like me,
No.
but I should put my glasses on. But we started talking about this grinder project, or the idea of making a grinder, and when?
October.
October was when we got serious about it, because we had been restoring vintage grinders for a couple of years.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And just like so many other things, we kind of created a monster in a way, because when we first started with the vintage hand grinders, we could just get them for nothing on eBay, you know?
Yeah, we got some pretty good deals on some pretty sweet grinders then.
That and espresso machines, old lever machines as well.
Oh, well, yeah, we did that too.
But the more we promoted the grinders,
The higher the price
where the
got.
prices went, until it reached the point that most of the good ones were going for more money than we could even possibly restore and make a few bucks on. And that, plus we would buy, out of every 5 we'd get, maybe 2 of them were any good.
Yeah, generally.
That whole grandma's
Well,
grease thing going on.
You know, the problem was that there was so much demand for hand grinders that even if we could have kept getting them at a great bargain basement price, we couldn't keep up restoring them.
6.
6. 6 is a good number.
Yeah, we couldn't keep up. We had eight beer flats, 8 beer boxes, you know, the flats,
At a time.
at a time that we were running through. And some days we'd get 1 done, and you know, you were doing all the metal work,
Yeah.
and I was doing all the woodwork, which was just driving me crazy. And then you'd have one that'd have a broken drawer or something like that, and that would take forever to rebuild.
Yeah,
But
they were-
anyway, we started. We were there. It was a winter project, and we were at the kitchen table, sitting there by the nice warm wood stove, making drawings. All right. So we said, "What burr are we going to use?" Well, we didn't exactly know what burr we were going to use, so we looked through the Escasso website, and this particular burr, this 68 millimeter, just kind of looked nice to us. It just, you know, it was attractive. It had these 4 holes in it, and so we said, I think we could use those 4 holes to mount it some way. So we eventually, you know, a few weeks later, a burr arrives, and we sat there and stared at it and wondered what are we going to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, but we basically, you know, starting with the burr and working in both directions, and then those oops moments when we would say, what? How are we going to get the coffee out of it?
Oh, yeah, that was
You
a
know,
good one.
that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was one of my favorites. That was when we said, well, we'll just poke a hole in it somewhere, and then the
That was
coffee will,
the mouse hole.
yeah, the mouse hole, and the coffee will just come out.
And it worked really well, too, in my opinion.
Until you were making coffee in the car.
Well, yeah, making coffee in the car is a little difficult sometimes, and that was one of them.
Well, it was the thing is that you had to pour the coffee out of the mouse hole, somehow into some other container, and we had that one of those little Stella mocha pots with us, right?
Yeah, so I had to transfer it from out of the mouse hole of the Pharos into a
Into this
container,
tiny
and then from the little
filter.
container into the even smaller basket of the Stella.
But getting it out of there, and of course we were going 70 miles an hour down the
Well,
down
you
the
were going
highway.
70 miles an hour.
Yeah, you
I
were
was sitting still.
Yeah.
You were driving, I was cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We sure have had some good coffee that way.
Yeah, we have. Those little mocha pots are fun.
Yeah.
Except the one who when you had those Converse shoes and you set your toe on fire trying
Well,
to put it
yeah,
out.
that
And
was
we were in the middle of.
that was in the desert.
Yeah, we were in Utah going across. We were heading toward Moab,
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's a good thing you pulled over.
I pulled over, and then we didn't want to throw it. You know, it's an little alcohol burner, and we didn't have the snuffer to it.
No.
All we had was a little spoon,
Yeah.
and
And we didn't want to throw water over it because we didn't have all that much water left.
yeah, right. And we did. So I think we ended up. We took the entire floor mat with the burning.
Yeah, with
thing
this,
out of
yeah,
the car.
and put it at the side of the road and put sand on
Put
it.
sand on it, yeah.
And that worked.
Yes, memory lane.
It was kind of messy, but
But the upshot was that we realized that we needed to do some kind of.
that was when we changed to the funnel.
We changed the funnel. We had an offer from a nice guy who was working at a plastics company in Texas
Yeah,
to
he
design
did
that
a-
funnel.
did a
It
real
worked
nice job.
fine for him. This, by the way, is this is the way that I've been building them for about the last 100, and this gets away from one of the central complaints is this alignment concept. But it means you kind of have to build it twice. You have to construct it twice, but it's worth it. You know, and I haven't pre-selected any of these parts. They're just straight off of the line, as it were.
That's how you know it's number 1,000,
That's
when you
true,
got to it.
because we went in order.
Yeah. Pre-selecting would have cheated.
I always look at that and said, uh-oh. And it's funny, as many times as I've done this, as many of these things as I've built, I still, you know, just sitting here just yakking. It's, did you get that? It's still one of those things that I really have to concentrate when I do this, because if I forget one thing, it just screws everything up. And there's this one big NetSuite. Okay, now let me check this thing. I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit here. You'll have to pardon
Okay.
me. You have to pardon me. This is the funny part, that we share this little build space. Oh, that's nice and close. We share this little space, and when I get this part here,
This is the part where I'm usually ripping off
this
paper,
is the
making a
part-
big noise,
This is
isn't
the
it?
part where you rip the. There's just a little tiny thing that you're out there. I can hear it, both hear it and feel it. There it is. Okay. Now, this is the big change here. That has been doing since I locked this in place now. Anyway, the whole process. Pressure's off.
Oh, good.
I can stop thinking. But the whole process was one, it was just kind of trial and error of that's the burr, how do we grow it out in both directions, what are the sides of the bearings, what can we do? And as it turned out, we calculated that we could build, I don't know, what was it? It was going to cost us something like $5,000 to build one Pharos.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or $5,000 to build 10.
10. It turned out to be about the same price. So, you know, we just went ahead and we got the 10 plates and 10 axles and 10 burrs and
Yeah, since when we did this, we didn't really intend for it to be a,
no, this was just kind of a fun
long-term-
project, actually. And as I go through here, you have to realize that these parts are processed in such small batches, nine plate sets at a time. 9 plates at a time, not sets.
yeah, 3 grinders worth of plates
Three
at a time.
grinders worth of plates at a time, and maybe a dozen of those one sleeves, and it's fun to just efficiently go through and you know, create. You got a flat pack, and you create this wonderful three-dimensional object. But then, after 3, you gotta start all over making parts.
Oh no, I don't want to build
Oh,
any.
no,
I'll use
yeah,
up
I
my
need-
precious
I need
parts,
more
my
bolt
precious.
covers. Yeah. But you know, it's been a good project because it really
I learned a lot from it.
we learned a lot, and that it has led us. I mean, people have this love-hate thing going on with it. That some people love it, some people hate it. And it's the same way with the project. Sometimes I love it, and sometimes I hate it. Okay. Now, since that part's done. And come into this. You got it?
There you go.
Uh-huh. This is, because after all, this is a primer on how to do this. That was the whole point. Ah, that was nice, see that?
Yeah.
Let's get that. Alright. Just check. Feels good. Oops, I went with all.
That was your handle.
Yeah, that was my assembly handle. You haven't seen me do this. This part's. You haven't seen that part.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
hadn't seen you do
I have to
that.
practice on that just for this
Oh,
video.
you sneak.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't seen you do that
Yeah.
before. Spins nice.
It does spin nice, yeah. Nice thread. And there's that guy. And there's one more little trick to do. As I come down here and that was the biggest challenge. Remember when we were trying to figure out how to make that part? God,
Yes.
that drove us crazy. That was so funny.
We built some amazing jigs, none of which worked.
Yeah, we had all those jigs, and then,
Towers of things and
well, it was when we had the.
pole bunkers and
Yeah, and had all those center finders.
yes. Oh, the part where the center finder, as I would turn the thing over, it
Yeah.
would move.
It would be like,
No longer centering.
you hold it still and I'll hit it real fast. You know,
Yeah.
that was the.
Yeah. How come I always had to hold?
Yeah, you hold it and I'll go ahead and do this. Oh, but this is just the last little part here. I don't think I forgot anything. I don't know what the fate of Pharos 1000 will be. It might end up in some charity auction someplace if we're ever turn out to be rich and famous. But there it is,
Yeah.
in the flesh, Pharos 1000. And that's the story, and I hope this has been educational and interesting to you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.